What's going on, everyone? I figured we'd go a little early since Bob the Canadian, thank you so much, gave us a shout out. And I didn't think a lot of people would wait around for 5 minutes. So if you are here from his channel, thank you so much. Say hi to, well, we should probably say hi to Jamie first. It's been a little while, long while.
Yep.
Maybe
Hi, everyone.
since
Good morning.
December. So I will turn it over to Jamie. She can introduce herself, say whatever she wants to say, and then we'll get into the live question and answer thing here.
Most of you know me, but those of you that don't, my name is Jamie, and I am Brent's wife. I'm a teacher just like Brent. I teach health and physical education to 8th graders as well. I'm a little under the weather this morning. Tried to make myself sound really much better this morning, but it's not working. But it's good to see everybody. Glad to be here.
Yeah, it was so crazy last night. Well, we're on vacation this week. So I asked Jamie earlier in the week, hey, do you want to go live? She said, yeah, sure. And then last night, like a couple hours before bed, Jamie started getting sick. And we both had the virus a couple weeks ago. So how is this possible? Hey, before we get too far into this, I have a pre-recorded video to address something that I thought had to be said, because I think from the countries that watch this channel, number 1 is the US, number 2, Russia, number 9, Ukraine. So I prepared a little something here to show you.
And I should probably also talk a little bit about the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is what everybody is thinking, but nobody really wants to talk about. Maybe in this case, people do, but the elephant in the room would be what's going on in Ukraine. So this hour will be devoted to answering your questions for English and American culture, but I did want to address the elephant in the room and just give my thoughts to the people in Ukraine who will likely be suffering if they aren't already suffering, and also to the people of Russia who, the ones I have spoken to, they don't want this. I bet most of the people from Russia, probably all that watch this channel, do not want this war. And unfortunately, they can't really speak out against it. They can't protest, or they will probably get arrested. So I think this is Putin's war, but I figure I would address it. I would talk about it really briefly just to acknowledge it and say I just wish peace for everyone as quickly as possible, and realize that many people will be suffering in the future as a result of mostly one guy, Putin. And I think he has surrounded himself with yes men. This is a term in English you will hear, and that is, it doesn't have to be a man, but it's just people who will say yes to the boss. And there are some bosses who love to surround themselves with yes men. Hey, should we invade Ukraine? Yes, boss. Even if they disagree. So who knows? Maybe Putin wouldn't listen to anybody in his government anyways, but I just feel badly for the Ukrainian people who are caught up in a mess. Once again, caught up. It's not their fault. They are paying the price. There are two big entities, and they're caught up in between them. The entities, not exactly countries, but probably Russia or Putin and the West. And Ukraine, once again, is in the middle, caught up, and they are suffering. So I am sorry that's happening, but let's get on to a little English learning, which is why you came here.
All right, we're back. So with that said, this is your chat. This is your class. put in whatever questions you would like to ask. I will be speaking a little more clearly, a little bit more like an English teacher. And if you've seen Jamie in here before, she talks more like a native speaker. She will speak a little more quickly, and some people like that. So it's good to have two different people in here. Now, I haven't said hello to everybody, but Havizi, I saw you over in Bob the Canadian's chat. Welcome. Hey, I think no war, only peace. I've said this before. Hey, Linda, what's going on? I've said this before. I think the people who are learning English just are nicer people. They want to meet other people from other countries. So I'm sure there's only love in the chat, but get your questions ready and we will answer anything you have to ask about American culture or learning English. And if not, Jamie and I will just keep rambling, keep talking. Anything you want to get off your chest, Jamie? When you have something to get off your chest, just means you want to say something. Anything you want to get off your chest, Jamie?
I don't have anything.
All right, then let me keep rambling and saying hi to people. Apple the Frog. I do remember Apple the Frog from Bob the Canadian's chat. Welcome. We got Cecilia in here. She is from Argentina. I believe Nathalie, the Netherlands. And of course, Linda Benvenuta. She is from Italia. So I'm going to just keep talking. All right. Anya, she is from Germany. She said she might be in the chat or she might be doing other things. Looks like she is in the chat. All right. Whoa. We are ready to cut ties with the relationship. Mahdi, he is from Saudi Arabia. Great guy. All right. We have a question. What time is it there now?
It's 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and luckily this is a Friday. We are on vacation. We are usually in the classroom at this time, but we are here with you.
I'm drinking, there's a question out there. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper and water right now. I don't drink coffee, so that's how I get my caffeine in the morning.
Yeah, water. We each have a water, and she's got some caffeine. I already had my caffeine before the stream started. I had a Monster. And a lot of people in the chat tell me Monster is bad for you. And I think they're right. Okay, so it's 10:30 PM. Yeah. Okay. Alexander, welcome. Hey guys, could you explain the difference between can and be able? Thanks. Yeah, every time I see the verb can, my eyes get really big because that is one of those verbs like get. It's very hard in English, but the difference between can and be able, would you like to take this one?
I mean, we just say like he can do that. We don't really use be able. We say I might be able to do that, or I should be able to do that. Like if you need to pick up someone or give them a ride or cover a class, if you're a teacher, we would say I should be able to do that, or I'm able to do that, or I can do that. We don't say really be able, I don't think.
No, I think that would just be the infinitive of the verb, but you could switch it to he can speak English. He is able to speak English. So you just need that helping verb, the is, to the be. So pretty much the same thing. I think they can be used interchangeably. He can go to the moon. She is able to go to the moon. You just have to switch it up a little bit. Nathalie's wondering, how's your dog Hank?
He's very, very good. I was just playing with him before this started. He had a little bit of energy, so I tried to get him tired before this started. Our son is watching him upstairs, so he's good. He's a great little dog. He's getting more calm.
I'm surprised we can't hear him running around right now. His claws, what verb would we use? Clapping, clacking, his paws, his nails, the nails on his paws running around up there, running around. Hey, really quickly, Amina.
Oh, thank you, Amina.
Amina, I got a little something for you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Amina has been very generous to the channel over the last 2 years. Thank you so much. I think I almost bought a camera with all of her super chats. I think my GoPro was almost entirely purchased with Amina's super chat. So thank you so much. Here's a little something for you.
Oh, thank you so much for the super chat.
Very nice, very nice. I talked to Amina and Bob, the Canadians chat, a minute ago. I asked, did you get your Tim Hortons? She said yes. She got the extra large Tim Hortons. So thank you so much for that. All right. How are you? SX Brew. All right. Katarina, welcome. Saw Katarina and Bob, the Canadians chat. I wonder how many times I can say Bob, the Canadian, in this live stream. He's been very helpful to the channel. But Katarina has a question for Jamie, I think, because Jamie is a PE teacher, physical education teacher. How do you say some exercises at the PE lessons? Oh, no, only turn left and turn right. So what are some exercises or some stretches you do as a PE teacher?
So we have, I am lucky enough to have a weight room with machines that have like weights, cables that you can change the weights. And then we also have what we call free weights or dumbbells. They go from, I think I have 3, maybe even like 1 up to 50 pounds where you can have them in both hands. I do have a wall where I've taken pictures of students that are demonstrating the different exercises. So like a bicep curl, a bicep is your muscle. So we call that, are you going to do some bicep curls? I also do just body weight exercises where they just use their own body, like push-ups, jumping jacks, planks, where you don't need any equipment. So we just list the exercises. Sometimes I'll say we're doing an upper body workout or a lower body workout. And then we have all exercises for that, or total body workout, which means we're working all the muscles in your body.
There you go. Well said. Really quickly there, but it's good. It's good. I know some people say, I really like to listen to Jamie speak because that's the way Americans speak. Mary Posa, hope everyone is doing well there in Germany. Thailand, strong. Audie here? Audie, yeah, he is. Audie the Thai. What's going on? Another question. This is an easy one. I could answer this one, but Jamie, would you like to? How's the weather there? It's hot and humid here. We don't have seasons here. What's the weather like today?
It's snowing. Today would have been a snow day if we had been in school. I think we're getting 4 to 6 inches maybe. So it's very, very cold apparently out there. I haven't been outside yet today, but it's snowing. It looks like it's not like too heavy. It looks like it's going to be light snow, so that's good. Cold and snowy.
Yeah, and humid, in case you don't know that term, it often goes with hot, but it means like it's wet outside. You just have to walk out the door and you're sweating. That's humid. It has something to do with the water in the air. Yeah, not fun. Usually, I complain about snow. I am not complaining today. I am safe. My family is safe, and that's what matters. All right, Nicole, hopefully you're doing well. Hi, guys. Could you explain the difference between whole and all? I think this might be a pretty easy one because I think they're pretty much the same. We might use them in different ways, but both Jamie and I are teachers. So we could talk about our whole class, or we could talk about all of our students. So you would use them in slightly different ways, but they do mean the same thing. It means 100%, every bit of it. I ate the whole cake yesterday. I ate all of the cake yesterday. Anything you'd like to?
I was just thinking
add to
like
that?
whole pizza. Like that's the only thing that was coming to mind.
Yeah. So you could eat the whole pizza, or you ate all of the pizza. Both mean the same thing. All right, Brian. I think I know what BBL means, but I'm not sure. Do you know, Jamie?
Be back later.
Oh, is it? Okay. Could be.
That's in the old like texting days, but I
Be
don't.
back later. Okay, let's go with that. Be back later. Sometimes you'll hear BRB. I actually say that out loud, like be right back. Yeah, BBL, be back later. Another way to say see you later, or BRB, be right back. Look at this. We got a new member.
Oh, welcome, Alexander.
We got a new member. I got something for you. Where is it? It's right here. Right here. New member. Make sure you check the members tab for the Discord, the members chat, and the bonus videos. All right, so thank you. There is a private Discord server. Check the members tab for that link. If there isn't one, I will put a new link up there. There's also a brand new level of membership. It's gold members, and you now have access to the volley space that this channel has. Just working on it. There are only 2 of us in there now, myself and Anya from Germany, but we'll see how that goes. We are trying it out. It is a trial membership tier. Look at this.
Oh, it's so lucky, Ricardo.
Yeah, I would tend to agree, as long as there is some body of water nearby. So I know Rio has the ocean. So if I could be on a beach near the water, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, I would take that.
Same.
And thank you for putting it in Fahrenheit, because I think us Americans are the only ones who don't use Celsius. So thank you for that. All right, Linda from Italy says, I love the way Jamie speaks. Can you make a Southern accent for a moment? I like it so. Can you speak in a Southern accent, Jamie? Jamie will speak in a Southern accent when she's mad. So what can I say to make Jamie mad?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard because I've been here for almost 20 years. So I got made fun of a lot when I first came here. So I kind of really try to talk a little bit more proper. But when I am mad, when I'm talking to my family, I think it probably comes out more when I say, yes, ma'am. It's really hard because it's hard to replicate. I do use certain words that, like tennis shoes, they say sneakers here. I say I'm fixing to go to the store. They say I'm about to go to the store. So it's really, it's just hard to, I don't know. I don't think I do it anymore. Talking regular in a Southern accent.
Yeah.
It might not sound natural if I do it. I don't.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah. I do use
Hey,
the word y'all.
Yeah.
Or like I say Tuesday, they say, or I say Tuesday. I say insurance, they say
insurance.
So it's a lot of different words that I just say differently. Iron.
I was just going to mention that. Iron. A lot of people, not just Southerners, but a lot of people, this word right here, and I know English learners have trouble with this too, iron. You can't sound this out. It's more like I earn. like this. I earn. Or like you earn money, but iron. That's how you say it. Iron. I think we got new channel member. Where is it?
Nice.
Hang on. Here we go. A new channel member. Look at that. Got a little
Thank
something
you.
for you. Where is it? Right here. Boom. New member. Make sure you check the members tab for the Discord, the members chat, and the bonus videos. Yeah, so check out the Discord server. We chat in there every day. We send text messages to each other. A lot of people are active there. And once a week, there is a members chat on video. I was able to join last Sunday. I might be able to join this Sunday, but it's just, and each member, each week, if they would like, they sign up. Thank you, Anya, for taking care of that. Maria from Argentina is in there. Each member can pick a topic and present on that. And last week, Luke from Poland presented on countries that have money versus countries who don't have money. So thank you for becoming a member. All right, back to the questions. Brazilian butt lift. To all the Brazilians out there, BBL.
Oh.
Brazilian. I don't know if that's that might be dangerous. Be careful. I think you inject stuff into your butt, which could be bad. Brazilians. I don't know. Maybe some Brazilians can fill us in on that. Oh, Apple the Frog. Oh, from Thailand. There is a link at the top of the chat to become a member. I know we have a couple people from Thailand in there. There are some countries that do not allow you to become a member, but I think Thailand is one of them. That Stacy says, I can eat a whole large size pizza. At one time, I could. But as I get older, I'm 46, and my body doesn't get rid of fat as quickly as it used to. In English, we call that metabolism. My metabolism has slowed. So I realize I should not eat the whole pizza as much as I want to. No need to make Jamie mad. It's not pretty. I've seen it a couple times. All right. I wonder where you two are from originally, state-wise. So which states are we from originally?
Well, I lived in Alabama. I was born and raised there. I lived there until I was 27. And then I moved to Maine with Brent.
And I lived in Maine almost my whole life. In some of my 20s, the decade in which I was 20 to 29. In most of my 20s, I lived in Alabama. And when we came back, we both had strong Southern accents. Over the last 20 years, we have lost those Southern accents. But all right. The war between Russia and Ukraine. I made a video. I played it at the beginning of this lesson and talked about how I felt, but I think most people can agree, right? All around the world, even in Russia, most of the people agree this should not be happening. So, what would you say, Jamie? Are Americans talking about this? Do you see a lot online with your friends?
So yesterday when I was at the gym with my daughter, an older gentleman got on the bike next to me, and there's TVs where we work out, like just lined up. So you can watch them while you're working out. And he immediately said, well, there goes the stock market. So we are talking about it. Nobody wants a war. Nobody wants to send our troops to wherever we're sending them. I don't like to see.
We're not. Just to be clear, the United States is not sending troops to Ukraine. That would be a game changer.
No. So I don't like to really watch it because I don't like to see people's homes or people like sheltering in place or I just don't like to see that because it's very scary. But I think a lot of people are talking about how this will affect our economy, our savings, our money that we have in the stock market. What's that going to look like for gas prices? I think a lot of people are thinking in that way, or talking about the war in that way.
Good point. Good point. And, Americans often pay attention. They notice what is happening in Europe. So I do think most Americans are aware. Do students like PE?
That's a great question. So I have some students who absolutely love it. No matter what we're doing, they tend to like the games that we play. I make up a lot of different games with like different skills, just so we're not playing just like straight baseball. We might play a game that has baseball skills in it, but it's just not like baseball, but has those skills. A lot of times when we are doing like our workout days or focusing on their fitness, that's really not a popular day. Not with all. Some I do have a young man that likes to work out every time we have PE versus playing our games. I do let kids choose their own adventure in PE because I just want them moving and being active. Some do and some don't. I think when they're allowed to choose what they want to do, they tend to enjoy it more versus being forced to play a game that they don't like playing. Great question.
Yeah, good question. And with that, I would like to teach this word that can be very helpful, and that is polarizing. So when students think of PE, I think it can be very polarizing. Some love it, some hate it. There's very little in the middle. Not to get too political. Oh no, I shouldn't mention this person, but I think President Trump, former President Trump, was very polarizing. There were a lot of people who really, really loved him, a lot of people who really, really hated him. So if there is something that can be polarizing, you either love it or you hate it. Pineapple on pizza, I think, is polarizing. Most people have an opinion. They love it or they hate it. I happen to love it. Jamie?
Doesn't belong on pizza. I'll just mention that too. So our students, well, not this year because of the whatever we're called. I'm not sure.
Right. I don't know. C-19, COVID, who cares,
yeah.
right?
But normally they do change their clothes into workout clothes. And that can be very difficult for some students. Luckily, I have old showers that we don't use anymore that I've made into single changing stalls, so they don't have to change in front of everybody because not everybody's comfortable doing that. And I think that gives kids a lot of anxiety before they get to my class and realize, oh, I have a private space to change up in. So that's why it can be also very polarizing and it make kids anxious as well.
Yeah, good point. Good point. All right, we have to do ironing. It means clothes is ironed by me. I would say you could just say iron. Like I have to iron my clothes. You don't need that helping verb. Iron can stand on its own. So I need to iron my clothes tonight. I hate ironing clothes. Yeah, you can just, it's not like clothes. Have you noticed that? That's a hard word to say.
Clothes?
Clothes. Yeah. How did you say it?
Well, I noticed you're saying the T. I don't say the T. I say it like clothes.
C-L-O-S-E.
Yep.
So it's a little easier to say that. I need to iron my clothes. I need to iron my clothes. So pro tip there, don't pronounce the TH. Brazil. Brazil is in the house. Obrigado. Obrigada. I believe that's how you say thank you. Poland is here. Alan was here from Poland a little while ago. I hope everything is going well for him. He is actually involved with NATO. So he is on the Polish border with Ukraine. All right, Anya, it's a bit fun because for me, Brent's English sounds a bit more clear, I hope, right? But for my daughter who learned English through videos, said Jamie's English is more familiar to her. Yeah, Nice. So definitely if you are an advanced speaker or an advanced listener, Jamie's perfect for you. Perfect for you. Mega, how is everything going? Well, Sia's friend is in the house. They have a question. All right. I don't know this one, so I think this is for Jamie. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Jamie can answer this. What do you call that thing that women use to shape their nails? Oh, I actually know it. The little wooden thing with the rough surface. Thank you. I actually know this one.
Emery board?
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, we call it like a file, or the technical term is an emery board. Usually you have it on the rough side so you can shape your nail. Like it's kind of like, it feels like sandpaper, but it's a little bit harder. Like it's harder. And then on the other side, you have what's like a smooth side so you can buff it so the edges are not super like sharp. But it's called an emery board.
Nicely done. And hey, hi to Anya's daughter if she's still watching.
Yes, hello.
So Emmanuel, he won a postcard last week. Brent, could you ask Jamie to explain how can I use take for granted? I appreciate it. Thank you both. Yeah, take for granted. Would you care to explain?
Yeah. You know, a lot of times we use take for granted. Like we just always think that someone's going to be around. Like I think Brent's always going to be around with me my whole entire life. So you shouldn't take for granted the time you have. You should cherish that time. Or don't take for granted that you have a warm house. Everybody doesn't have that. So we're lucky to have a warm home. It's the same with food, you know. I don't know if I'm doing a great job with that.
Yeah, I think.
Just don't take for granted anything that you have. Like you should really cherish it and appreciate what you have, because not everybody does have everything that we have.
Yeah, well said. I'll add to that I often complain about the weather, right? It's snowing again. But I take for granted my safety. So I complain about small things. I usually joke around with the winter, team summer. But, you know, it's a very safe place where I live. I can forget about what's going on in the world. So sometimes I take for granted the fact that I am safe where I live. So don't forget the things you have in life. That's taking for granted what you have. So yeah, hopefully that helps between what Jamie said and what I said. Hopefully that helps. All right, let's look for some more questions here. Constantine is here. Welcome. I might be a little bit behind. I'm going to drop down all the way into the. Wait, what? Oh, Stacy says mint chocolate ice cream is very polarizing. I would agree. I think we are on either side, or we're on, different sides of this issue. Jamie, how do you feel about mint chocolate ice cream?
I have to be in the mood for it. Oh. It has to be it has to have a lot of chocolate chips in it for me to eat it. But it's not one that I tend to get very often. When we first met, maybe like, I don't know, remember we went to TCBY?
Yes.
I would get it all the time. I loved it. That's really one thing about me. So if I love something, I tend to eat it a lot right then, and then I get sick of it. But I have to be in the mood for it.
That's a good term to know. I have to be in the mood for it. So it means you like it, but only at certain times. So coffee, some people might love it all the time. I have to be in the mood for it. It has to be the right time. I don't drink it every day, but if the feeling hits me, it's another thing, I might drink coffee. So, and I think of mint chocolate chip as like I'm brushing my teeth, like toothpaste. I don't like it that much. Oh, sorry. Are we being too loud? Did we wake up Apple's little brother? He's sleeping. Shh. Hey, Chef Ket's in the house. I see people talking to Chef Ket. What's up? Our friend from Turkey. Tomorrow, I think I might release a video where I make miniman. Miniman, that's a Turkish dish. All right, Mahdi, our friend from Saudi Arabia, says, I have a friend who just moved to the US, Minnesota, for studying aviation. Aviation. That means that they might be a pilot, something to do with flying an airplane, aviation. I just called him and he told me it is so cold today. Yeah, Minnesota is in the middle part of the country, and I think they are usually colder than we are. What else? Looking for some more. Okay. VZ says, I'm neutral. That's a good way to say. Another thing you could say, I could take it or leave it. I could take it or leave it. I'm not opposed to it, and it doesn't offend me, but I never go out of my way to get it. It's very good English right there. I just got an alert on my phone. Oh, that's nothing we need to worry about. A pollen alert for Phoenix, Arizona. I was in Arizona a couple weeks ago, but not now. Pollen, if you have allergies, they let you know. Okay. William Highmore, how are you? Welcome. Hey, if everyone could do me a favor, hit that like button. If you haven't liked the video, it just helps other people find the channel. William Highmore, could you tell me about the Super Bowl, please? I just heard that. Thanks, Brent and Jamie. Sure. What would you like to know about the Super Bowl? Would you like to take some of this?
So the Super Bowl is the finale between our NFL football teams. We have two teams. I think one comes from either, I don't know,
the
one
AFC,
division.
Yeah.
So there's two divisions. There are two divisions.
Yes, the AFC and the NFC.
Yeah. And then they play each other for the championship. This year it was the Los Angeles Rams and the Cleveland Browns.
No,
the Tigers. A Tiger.
Cincinnati
Bengals. I think I would know that with that quarterback.
Jamie's a big football fan.
Yeah. I follow college football more, but so the Rams won. And it's just like it's on a Sunday. It's called Super Bowl Sunday. It should be Super Bowl Saturday because usually it's really late at night when it's done because of all the commercials. The halftime show is a little longer. It was a great halftime show this year. So a lot of people have parties to watch the game together, a lot of good snacks and food. And it happens once a year.
Yeah.
Usually into January, beginning of February.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And so people who aren't football fans, they might watch the Super Bowl for the commercials. There are a lot of big name stars that will be in a commercial, or they might be really funny. And then the halftime show. So in the middle of the game, the teams go back to their locker rooms. And when we say football, we're not talking soccer. We're talking American football. So during the halftime show, the teams go back to their locker rooms, and then some musical guest comes out and performs. This year, did you want to talk about some of your favorite artists?
I mean, I loved it. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent.
50.
And there was one other, I don't know, the young guy they had there.
Yeah, he was too young. We didn't know him.
Yeah.
We're too old. Was it Lamar something?
I don't know. Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't name a single song
No.
he sings, but I think people like him. We're more old school. So 90s, 1990s, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop, 50. It's 50, but 50. Just like in a lot of my videos, instead of saying all right, you'll hear me say I. It's another way that we say I. It's all right. It's I. Uh-oh. What is this? Pipe TV. Hello, Brett and Jamie. Could you explain the difference between OG and legend? That's a tough one. So OG actually stands for original gangster, right? Original gangster, like the number one, the first. So I guess the big difference, maybe Jamie can back me up, the OG would be the person who came first. Sometimes they are a legend, but a legend is just a big name in the industry. So a legend, who would be a legend that everyone would know? Well, when we talk about football or soccer, a legend might be Diego Maradona from Argentina. Oh no, he could be very polarizing. If you're from Argentina, you probably love him. So he's a legend, but he's not an OG. He didn't start at the beginning of the sport. Anything else?
I mean, just when you're talking about music, I mean, Dr. Dre, I think, would be a legend. He would also be like the OG, so he could be both. The same with Snoop. They kind of were in the same time frame.
I beg to differ, Jamie. Sometimes when you disagree with someone, you could say, I beg to differ, because Snoop was like 15 years after or 10 years after Dre. Yes. Dr. Dre was in NWA long time. So the OG, maybe Dr. Dre, but both are legends. Both are legends. Hope that helps. It's hard to come up with an example that everyone would know. I'm not sure if everyone knows Dr. Dre, but hopefully you do. Little brother, get some sleep, little bro. Get some sleep. Alex, I have a question. Why do you guys call eye protection instead of eyes protection? No idea. Because they do protect both eyes. It should be plural, but if someone is going to wear goggles, those are thick glasses, we call it eye protection. And you might have seen that or heard that in Bob the Canadian's live stream. If you don't know Bob the Canadian, come on, he's a legend. Check out his channel. Oh gosh, we don't want to go into that, do we, Brian? We've talked about this we talked about it on a different live stream, but we have been together since 1996. Legends, right? OGs, not OGs, but we've been together a long time. All right, Anya from Germany. Question. What's the difference between include and contain? Great question. I'll start off with, when I think of contain, it usually means there's a barrier. So this bottle contains water. When I think of include, I think of like added. So if Jamie and I were having a party, we might include our friends, and that party might contain pizza. So I hope that helps. They are a little different. Jamie, have you been thinking of a better way to explain that?
Well, I was just talking about like include your friends, make sure everybody is included and not left out. You contain cattle, like in a fence. You would say container is like if you have leftover food and you want to keep it till the next day, you would put it in a container. So it's contained just in that container.
Like, hopefully this water doesn't contain poison. So yeah. Again, you have like the added thing to it. Yeah,
that's hard.
Yeah, maybe I will make a lesson on all of the ways they can be used, because they are so close. They're so close. So this soda here, this Dr. Pepper, it contains caffeine. But you wouldn't say that caffeine is included. If you go out to eat, right, a tip could be included. A tip would be added to the bill. If you go out to eat in an American restaurant with more than 8 people, when you get the bill at the end of your meal, a tip might be included, already added. Like you can't subtract it. A tip is a little extra money you give to the waiter or the waitress or the server. So hopefully that helps. Good question. Good question, Anya. Let's see. Gonna skip down here. Today, too many questions. That's great. There are a lot of questions. My channel is still small, so we can still put the questions in the chat, which is good. Bob the Canadian is the OG. He definitely is the OG. Big fan of Bob the Canadian. All right. Which other sports are popular in the United States?
Well, football, definitely. Baseball, we call that America's pastime. Soccer's pretty popular. Not as much like for pros. We don't tend to watch that. Hockey is a popular sport. And it's getting bigger, especially in the southern states. It used to be really big in like colder states, but now it's even in the southern states, it's getting to be bigger. I would say football and baseball are probably the two most popular sports.
Yeah, basketball's up there.
Yeah.
Baseball in the United States, they are not playing right now. They are having a fight over money. So basketball might grow to number 2. Baseball, a lot of older people in the United States like baseball, and it's not as popular as it once was. But baseball is like the OG sport in the United States. It's really old. It started, at least for team sports, baseball is the OG. All right. Looking for some more questions. All right, William. Hopefully we helped you there. All right. You are the old version, Brent. The legend nowadays is Cristiano Ronaldo. Right. Yes. And Missy. I don't know who Missy is. But I wanted to take a player somebody would know. So if we compare Diego Maradona, he would be the OG compared to Ronaldo. Do you have any thoughts on Cristiano Ronaldo?
I'm just going to keep those to myself.
Okay. I think I saw something on Instagram about him yesterday where he was sticking up for a kid. I think there was a little kid. They were laughing at his English, actually. And Ronaldo, like, hugged the kid, said it's okay. And I thought that's an attractive man.
He's easy on the eyes.
Easy on the eye. He is a good-looking man. I have to admit that. Put in the chat, do you think Ronaldo is a good-looking man? Say yes. I don't think anybody will say no. Frank Sinatra, legend. And I think one of the OGs when it comes to music. He's been around for a while. All right. My little baby, Ronnie, Scottish field cat, is also sleeping. Oh, where is our puppy? He's
upstairs. I haven't heard him at all.
Maybe he's sleeping.
He was up for a while this morning, so he's probably napping.
All right, Ken, thank you for being a channel member. I believe Ken is from Japan. What's the difference between football and soccer? Because I can't understand football. Football, American football, at least, is a very difficult game that I think most Americans, a lot of Americans understand, but not all do.
There's a lot of rules in football, in American football.
Maybe I could make a video one day on American football.
A lot of terms.
Yeah. I don't think it will do too well. I don't think a lot of people will watch it, but I could make it. Maybe a live stream, American football. How hard is it to get Super Bowl tickets?
I think you have to have a lot of money to get them, or very lucky to win some tickets. Sometimes there's giveaways for those. They're very expensive. I think probably like in the thousands.
Yes.
You're not going to get cheap tickets, even in the what we call the nosebleed section when you're really, really high up. They're expensive just because the halftime show, it only happens once a year.
Yeah. I think the cheapest ticket was $1,200 American dollars. That was the cheapest. And I don't even know if you could get that ticket. I don't know how you buy that ticket. We could talk about face value. Face value is what the ticket costs if you could buy it from the ticket company. But a lot of people will resell their tickets and the price goes up. So, hello. All right, Constantine, greetings. Brent and Jamie, question to you. Teachers, how would you explain the expression biased in advance? Bias. Oh, bias in advance. Oh, I was thinking you were saying thank you in advance. Bias in advance. I don't think you need the advanced there because bias always has the idea of before. So, how would we use bias?
Well, if you're biased to something, like you already like that probably before you're even tasting. Yeah, that's really hard. But you probably already have a feeling about something. Like I'm more biased to Dr. Pepper over Coke. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Some people say that, you're biased to students who behave well versus students who misbehave.
Right.
Of course we are.
So if I'm talking about one of my children, I could say, oh, they're so great, but I'm biased. I mean, like I'm their dad. So I already have this good opinion of them.
Yep.
It can be a bad thing though, too, if you're biased. So let's say I had a student in my class named, what's a weird name that nobody would have. I don't want to offend anybody. George. Do we have a George? No. So maybe 10 years ago, I had a student in my class. His name was George, and he was an absolute terror. He was really badly behaved. Then today, I get a student in my class named George. I could be a little biased. It might bring memories of the other George back to me. So at the beginning, I might be a little biased and be careful of him, not like him too much. But then I could change my mind if he's a really nice student. Hopefully that helps. Bias.
It's a hard word.
Yeah, bias. Teachers can be biased. Hopefully they're not, but maybe they just like guys more than the ladies, right? Maybe they just connect with guys better. So they could be biased. Teachers should try to do their best to remove all their biases. Is that the plural of bias?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Maybe Siri. Hey, Siri, what's the plural of bias?
Here's an answer from wordhippo.com.
Word
The
hippo.
plural of bias is biases.
Biases. All right, biases. All right, let's go down into the chat here. A few more minutes left. Whoa, Stacy, no. Many people say the British accent is more attractive than an American accent. Why do people say so? Do you agree with them? Of course not. The American accent is the best. Who would ever say the British accent was better? No, I'm sure they do. Maybe more proper. Maybe they drink with their pinky out. It's a horrible British accent. I don't know. I like the British accent.
Mm-hmm.
I like listening to the Beatles talk. Paul McCartney. They have a good Liverpudlian accent, Scouse accent. James Bond. But no, I like the American accent better. Care to share your thoughts, Jamie?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to accents. I hear so many at my school that I don't really think about them as being attractive or better, one better than the other. I've never thought about it.
Maybe some people are biased to the British accent. It just means they like it better even before they hear somebody speak with it. Bias. Oh, tried to get tickets for WrestleMania. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? I think that's old. WrestleMania. But yeah, American. Oh, never mind. Ken. I'm sorry. He's from Togo, which is in the little corner of Africa near Ghana, I believe, near the Ivory Coast, near the Côte d'Ivoire. All right, let me see. Oh, geez. Wait, what? Science friend. What is Jamie's astrological sign? Let me guess. You're Scorpio, right, Brent? You would be wrong. I'm a Scorpio. Jamie is not, though.
Well, she said, let me guess, you're a Scorpio, right, Brent?
Well, she asked, what's Jamie's astrological sign?
Yeah.
I'm a Scorpio. Yes. If that's what you're saying, yes. What's
I'm a Pisces. Just barely.
The water sign. But we don't look at astrology too much. But I do know I'm a Pisces and
no, you're a Scorpio. I'm a Pisces.
Right. Sorry. I'm a Scorpio. Why would she?
I don't know.
Why would she? We don't
pay attention to that too much.
Scorpios are the best though. So maybe that's why she thought you were a Scorpio. I don't know. Oh, I think Ronaldo. So he's on the decline. He's not as good as he once was. Let's see. Anya, I heard lately historical English audiobooks, and in one I heard the expression single-minded heart. What does that mean? If somebody is single-minded, it means they don't think too widely about something. So when they're talking about their heart, I'm sure they're not talking about the actual organ in their body. They're probably thinking about the way they feel. So if somebody had a single-minded heart, it would probably mean they only felt one way towards an object or towards a person. So you think single-minded heart?
We don't really use that.
Yeah.
We use single-minded.
Yeah.
But not heart.
So if somebody is single-minded, what would you say that would be, Jamie? Single-minded?
Like they can't think outside the box. Like they only think one way, they believe one way, and they don't stray too far from those beliefs or how they think. They probably have like this one opinion and that's how they feel about it. Versus maybe thinking of ways to change, or they probably are not open to change. So they would be single-minded.
I would agree. William, back. Hi, I was wondering about U.S. states these days because I'm from the outside the U.S. What do you think about Texas? Texas. That's how Texans might say Texas. Texas. Do you have any feelings, Jamie, on Texas?
I've never been. I really would love to go to Austin, Texas. I hear there's a bridge with bats that flies out. They fly out every night. So I'd really love to see that. But I've never been. I think I flew into an airport and then that was it. I haven't been actually able to sightsee there. I hear it's really hot.
I have on this channel here, I was going to Texas. I was going to fly to Texas earlier this month. And then I got COVID. So I had to cancel that part of the trip. So yeah, Texas I heard is great. Like Jamie said, hot, but Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, some very big cities. I would love to visit Austin, like Jamie said, and San Antonio. Sounds fun. Mexico is in the house. Ariel, I hope you are doing well. Yes, baseball is having a lockout. That is when they are not allowing the players to play. Oh, no. What's the most popular singer in Maine? That's hard to say.
Yeah.
Older people might have one opinion. There's so many. And our state is really small. About 1 million people live in our state. So we don't really have any famous singers either from Maine. I know that's not the question, but
We do have a popular comedian in Maine. His name is Bob too, right?
yeah, his name's Bob Marley, like the singer, but I don't think many people would know him. What Anna Kendrick? She's one of the most famous actresses from Maine, and she was in a movie called
Trolls.
Trolls, yeah.
She was also in Twilight. And there's a
What's the
singing
singing
movie
one?
she's in. She does the Cup song. If you look that up, Anna Kendrick Cup song. It's like a I don't know. She's in some singing movie too.
Yeah, can't remember what it's called. Linda, gotta go. We have to go too pretty soon. My daughter just got back from a carnival parade. She's dressed up as Cruella de Vil. See y'all soon.
Awesome.
All right. See ya, Linda. I hope you have a good day. See, any last minute questions here? Yeah, Anya says there are so many English accents and all of them have their own charm. Could not agree more. Could not agree more. Amina, she loves the American accent. Yeah. Ken, I noticed that you travel a lot. How do you do that? Well, it may seem like I travel a lot, but since I had the channel, I drove down to North Carolina and then I flew to Arizona. So I've only been on 2 big trips over the last 2 years, but I would like to do that on the channel once a year. Kind of a big trip. So, but I wish I traveled more. Yeah, it's been hard to travel. It's expensive to travel. So I don't think we have any big travel plans coming up this year. Maybe the summer? Maybe we'll go on a trip. Last year, we tried to go to Portugal, the 4 of us, our family of 4, because tickets were really cheap. However, the Portuguese government said no to Americans. You are not coming in. Oh, most of the whodunit books are located in Maine. Why? One person, probably. One person. That's Stephen King. He is probably the most famous person from our state. He wrote a lot of horror books. So I think Maine just kind of has this feel where there's a lot of woods, not a lot of people, a lot of things could go wrong. And when they do, there is no one to help you. That's not true.
It's very rural here too. So I think if you need to hide a dead body somewhere.
Hey, pitch perfect. Thank you. Pitch perfect.
Yep.
Have easy. Thank you so much. Look at, our friend from the Netherlands. Yes, Stephen King is from Maine. Yeah. All right, what do you say? This has been fun. We got to get going. Been about an hour. Any final words?
No, thank you for having me. It was fun. I'm sorry I'm sound so weird. This is not my normal voice, but you get what you get.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you for joining. And I know you're not feeling the best, so we will get out of here. Let Jamie go. Thank you all for joining us. And hopefully next week I'll see you. I'll try to go live whenever I can. So